Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Please keep in mind, this is a general reading and it's also timeless. So this could be in relation to events that's already taken place in the past, things that are coming up in your near future, things that are currently taking place, or even things that will happen further beyond. However, I do feel like you will receive these messages at a time where you need to hear them. Now, with regards to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of these three oracle decks. So we'll start with the Dark Mirror deck, we'll then move over to the Angelarium, and then we'll get one card from the Lunology. Then to finalize the reading, we'll get some further insight by using the Wild Unknown Tarot. So, Leo, let's see what's coming up and being revealed by the shadow aspect. So while I'm shuffling, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to me to have your continued support, so thank you so much for doing so. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your readings go up on the channel next. I do take personal readings, so if you're interested in having a personal reading with myself, you can find the information in the description box below, along with my Patreon if you would like to become a member. There you'll have access to exclusive tarot readings, as well as spiritual guidance videos and other content you will not find anywhere else, so check it out. Right, into your reading, Leo. So the card you got from the Dark Mirror deck was Fragmentation. I feel like what you're doing right now is you're kind of picking yourself apart. And that might sound strange and a little bit scary, but the reason for this, right, for those of you who I'm picking up on, is because you're having to do a lot of deep inner processing, right? Lots of introspection. But I feel like it's on a very deep and profound level. Like you're literally taking pieces of yourself apart to really evaluate and assess and observe certain behaviors you have, certain characteristics, emotional responses, thought processes, mindsets, right? Preconceived notions of things, judgments, right? Any prejudices, beliefs, right? Beliefs that were passed down from family members, ancestral karma, things of that nature. So it's very, very deep rooted work that you're doing, right? It's shadow work on a very deep and profound level. But I feel like it's going to serve you very well, actually. But the problem is you have to be careful that, you don't just pick apart everything you don't like and you don't like the look of and just leave it as that, right? You need to process that information. You need to take a good objective look at it and, understand where it comes from, accept it, and then, truly integrate that understanding into your conscious awareness so you can fully heal those parts of yourself. Because I feel like at the moment, while it's good that you're doing that work, I feel like you're in danger of just chopping those pieces of yourself out and hoping they'll just disappear, right? But they won't, they'll still be there. It's just all you'll do is compartmentalize it in your mind. So you just put all these boundaries and barriers up to keep it separate, but it doesn't change it, if you know what I mean. It'll end up resurfacing in some dramatic way at a later point. So it's better to do what I just said in that, you actually accept it, you embrace it and understand it properly, and then you can transmute it, right? Rather than trying to lock it away somewhere in some dark corner of your mind. So, okay, interesting. So let's see what the Angelarium has to say. I mean, this is already going to be quite a profound reading, I feel. So if you're not into the deep stuff, this might not be for you. But I feel like whoever this is for, this is the work you're doing. So this is going to be relevant for you and you're going to want to hear this. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what the Angelarium has to give us in terms of guidance and divine messages, synchronistic signs that can help you with this process. Ooh, amazing. So Gabriel's been coming up way more recently. I don't usually pull his card, but yeah, lately in the shadow work readings, Gabriel's been surfacing. So Angel of Heralds, right? Gabriel. Very powerful, significant card. This is talking about you doing the alchemization, understanding that even in your darkness there is still light, because you are the light, right? You are the light source, you are the divine spark, right? In the universe, we all are. So you coming to that realization will really help to empower you and to move past any feelings of unworthiness, lack, self-confidence issues, things of that nature, self-deprecating viewpoints, beliefs that you hold, self-sabotaging actions you may make, things of that nature, right? It's going to alchemize all of that, because all of that stems from the shadow, right? So you'll alchemize all of those behaviors and thoughts and all the rest of it when you come into full realization and acceptance that you are the light that you seek in the world, and you're being divinely guided to come back to this true awareness of self. So very powerful. So what I want to do is I just want to go to the booklet and see what the signs are for this, in case it does come up in your 3D reality as further clarification, confirmation from the divine, or if there's another kind of divine message coming in for you at that time through whatever's playing out. So let's see. Sorry, I don't know why I'm humming. Anyway, so the signs for this is a lantern, a mirror, a discovery, right? A lantern, a mirror, a discovery. So yeah, any of those things, while they may seem like very ordinary, there may be something about them that draw your attention to it, especially if you have this epiphany, right? It'll just like hit you like a lightning bolt and you'll just be like, oh my gosh. So yeah, there's some deeper meaning and message there for you to say, listen, you are the light, you are the divine spark, right? Use it, use your innate abilities, use your gift of life to be a source of light and compassion and love in the world, rather than getting caught up in toxicity that you were once involved in or wrapped up in, or you embodied in some shape or form at some point, right? Because that's not indicative of who you are. Yeah, it may have been even at one point an energy you're embodying, but that's not who you are anymore, right? Even if that was the case. But for the most part, I don't feel like it was. I feel like you just got into certain patterns of behavior and mindsets because of what you experienced in the past, because of the things that you saw growing up, because of the way others behaved around you and things of that nature, right? Okay, so let's see what the Moonology has to say to give you further guidance, further clarity on this. It's 2 cards. Just want one if I can help it. Awesome. Wow. So the card you got from the Moonology deck is Hold Your Vision, Fixed Moon. Yeah, so that's, fixed moon energy, that's really saying like, that's unwavering belief, right? That's fixed energy is all about, being very much stable, grounded, very much assured, like the energy is very assured, right? It's very certain, it's very like in place. That's why it's called fixed, right? It's not malleable, like, say like mutable signs, right? It's a case of, with you holding your vision, it's asking you to be very clear, right? Be very clear. But I feel like it's not just about what it is that you want and why you're doing this work, right? Obviously that's important. It's important to keep in mind the whole time why you're even doing this work, right? That's essential. But I feel like it goes beyond that. It's about self-realization and holding that belief, right? That is true to yourself and what it is that you actually are, right? So I don't feel like it's just about holding your vision of why it is that you're doing this work, but also being true to who you actually are. So I feel like there's a larger message there, being unwavering in terms of your belief in self, right? Having true perception of self. So very powerful, right? Because if you stay true to that perception that comes in of who you really are and why it is that you're doing this work, there is nothing you cannot overcome or accomplish, right? So that's why it's essential that you keep this very clear in your mind's eye and keep it very much in your heart space as well, because you'll alchemize this, like without a doubt you will. It might take a while. I mean, this is heavy rooted work, like deep rooted work. It doesn't happen overnight, right? But if you keep putting the work in, you stay true to, your vision, why you're doing it, and remain very clear in who you are truly, you'll do it, like 100%. Okay, so let's see. Just pulling the tarot cards now and see what comes up for you that can provide more guidance and insight. Interesting. Oh, okay, I was not anticipating that. Okay, right. So, let me just pop these over here a little bit. So the first card you have here is the Six of Swords. Okay, Six of Swords, so that's air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. That's it. You're kind of coming away from one way of doing things to another. You're moving away from an old perception, old beliefs, old thought processes, all of that, and moving towards the new. That's simply what this is, embodying right here. Just that passage from the old self to the new, right? Coming into true alignment, right? So that when you step into that true frequency of yours, that true knowledge of self, the true perception of who you are, you can then be, like I said, in your true light, right? You become a conduit for that rainbow energy, right? That rainbow light that comes in, and you'll bridge, essentially, you'll be like a conduit and a bridge between the ascendant plane and the physical reality, right? So that's powerful. That's a significant transformation right there. So this is you going through a part of your ascension journey as well as doing the deep healing here. Now the next card you have is the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. So that's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be dealing with an earth sign or have it prominently in your chart. Regardless, I feel like you are being asked to take a look at where you felt that you were undernourished, right? What parts of yourself did feel like it wasn't given the nourishment that it needed? Did you feel like growing up you were emotionally neglected or refused? Do you feel like you didn't have that physical intimacy, like getting hugs, kisses, affirmations of love from a parent, possibly a mother figure, right? If there is a lack in those areas, absolutely that will play out in your connections, right, of all shapes and forms, right? So that's something that needs addressing. I feel like that's kind of what you're doing right now. You're addressing those areas of lack and where that may stem, or rather where that may have been the catalyst for some codependent issues that arose later in life, perhaps some toxic beliefs that you have around mother figures, possibly not wanting to be a mother, not wanting to have children, or something of that nature, seeing it as a waste of time, pointless, or being very kind of put off by the idea of commitment, things of that nature, right? It can play out in so many different ways for different people, but I feel like you're addressing these issues head on pretty much, which is really good. That's essentially what you have to do. But it's importantly that you understand that this is a process. This takes time, right? So it's not going to happen overnight, but I feel like you are making good progress. So as long as you keep taking it step by step and doing the work, you will get there for sure. But it's not a race, okay? So just take it step by step. As long as you consistently put the work in, hold the vision, right? Be very clear on what you're doing it and don't give up on it, then you will get to where you want to be. Next card you have is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, more earth energy. Yeah, so you're looking back on where you felt there was lack, where, perhaps you felt like a parent figure especially did not put in what was needed in order to create a stable, grounded, loving, secure, safe environment for you, right? That the elements were not there. There was something missing or several things missing. So now you're looking at things and seeing where you can create that for yourself, right? Because you understand at this point, it's your responsibility to do that. But it's important that you don't only look at it from the material sense. You need to think about your emotions as well, right? Your emotional body, how it affected your emotional body, how that plays out, as I said, with certain connections. So you have to look at it from a 360 perspective. Next card you have is the Sun of Pentacles in reverse. So more earth energy, lots of earth energy in your reading. So it's even possible that you're, this parent that you feel neglected by in some capacity, if that's the case, was an earth sign, that's possible, or had prominent earth in their chart. But regardless of any of that, I feel like the reason why the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse is because there is some kind of stalling taking place here, right? And it's like I was saying, maybe because you're afraid, that because you're not seeing all of the results that you want straight away, that you kind of feel like it's, time to give up. You might have a tendency to give up when things get too difficult when it comes to your healing, right? I'm not saying in general in life, but when it comes to healing. Because being a fire sign, you guys want to see results, right? You want to see results fast. So if you feel like you're not seeing certain results within a certain amount of time, you can start to get agitated. You can start to feel like it's not working, right? But again, it's not a race, it's a process. This work essentially is lifelong, to be honest with you. But you can make significant strides along the way, and you will do, as long as you continue, right? But I feel like you may have a tendency to self-sabotage by just giving up because you're not seeing the results quick enough. So just be aware of that if that resonates. And then finally, as a potential outcome, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So air energy again, right? So you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could have it prominently in your chart. Because all we have here is air and earth, right? So I feel like, so much earth energy as well. But, what I feel like anyway, with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's like, I feel like you're kind of trying to detach from everybody right now. You may be coming across as very cold, very distant, very unwilling, right, to open up about whatever the hell is going on right now. So you may have a lot of people around you just absolutely confused, like not even feeling any other way, just confused because they have no idea what's going on with you right now. They just see that there's a change and that you are, you're vacant, you're not there. So even if you're physically showing up, your mind is on overdrive because you're doing a lot of internal work, internal processing. So they're noticing that your attention span is not there, right? So they have no idea what's going on with you, and they might be saying like, oh, like why have they changed all of a sudden? How comes they're being so cold and distant? How comes they're not opening up anymore about anything? How comes they don't want to spend time together anymore? Like, you might have people confused, is what I'm saying. But it's not without reason because, like I said, you are doing this work. However, those that are important to you and that are in your life in a significant way, you should probably just give them a heads up that you are doing some inner work right now. So you just need your time and space to do that work, and then, you can kind of get back on track with things. But right now is a crucial time for you, so you just need a bit of time and space to, take care of yourself, essentially. those who genuinely care for you will understand that and respect that, right? So you just need to, having these boundaries and having this space and time for yourself is not a bad thing, but you have to communicate that. Otherwise people will not understand, and they'll think there's something significantly, taking place in your life or something to worry about. So if you just express that, right, people then know where they stand, and that it's got nothing to do with them. It's just you are doing some internal work right now, and they'll have to respect that, right? So yeah, it's looking good, really, to be honest, Leo, but you just have to be careful that you don't sabotage this inner work that you're doing, because you're making significant strides, right? It's just you're not going to see all the results you want overnight. So don't get disheartened and give up on yourself if you don't feel like you are where you want to be at this point. It takes time. Healing is a very complicated, winding path. It's not linear at all. So you have to be patient with it and yourself. So yeah, I really hope this helps you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell. And yeah, we'll see if this comes up in your next reading at all. I have no idea when I do the shadow work readings in particular, because it can be a completely different message for a different group of you guys. So we'll see. But for now, I'm just sending you so much love and support. As I said, don't give up on yourself. Don't forget why you're doing this. Remember what you really are. And you'll continue to take, significant steps forwards. So all the best, Leo, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.